In this lecture, we will be studying about the current divider rule. See, whenever we have to divide the current among the resistors that are connected in parallel, then we go for this current divider rule. Normally, the parallel circuits, they will be acting as current dividers, because parallel circuits means the components, it will be sharing the same nodes. So if these two resistors are in common, that means this is the node A and this is B. So these will be sharing the same nodes, right? And if the current is flowing like this, what happens to the current? It will be divided, right? Some portion of the current will flow through this resistor R1 and some portion of the current will flow through resistor R2. That means the current, it gets divided here. So let us take a circuit here where we have a voltage source V and two resistors are in parallel with it, R1 and R2. Okay, so the current drawn from the source, let us consider it as IT. Then what happens? The current, it gets divided now. Small portion will flow through R1, that we will consider as I1, and here it will flow, that is I2. So we can write IT is equal to I1 plus I2, right? Because it gets splitted here, so sum of these two should be equal to IT. Okay, so that is the first one. And we know that the potential or the voltage that is across R1 and R2, it will be same, and that will be equal to this voltage source. So in parallel, the voltage will be common, current gets divided. So we can say V is equal to nothing but it is I1 R1. So that is equal to I2 R2. That will be always equal to V, right? Now I will write I1 is equal to, I bring this to denominator, so R2 divided by R1. Now I can substitute this in the first equation. So IT, that is equal to I2 R2 by R1 plus I2. Taking I2 common, we will get R2 by R1 plus 1. So IT is equal to I2, that is R2 plus R1 divided by R1. Now we have to find I2, right? We need I2 and I1 now. We have to find what is I1 and what is I2. So I2 is equal to IT into R1 divided by R1 plus R2. This is a formula for the current through R2. Now let us find I1, okay? That is substituting this. We know I1 is equal to IT minus I2. IT minus I2. So now from this, we know I2 is equal to IT R1 divided by R1 plus R2. I will substitute that here. R1 plus R2. Now taking IT common, we can write 1 minus R1 divided by R1 plus R2. So IT is equal to IT into R1 plus R2 minus R1. R1 gets cancelled. So R2 divided by R1 plus R2. This is your value I1. So now we have found out I1 and I2. From this we can conclude that, okay, whenever the resistors are connected in parallel, the branch currents, now we have to find the branch current I1. So that is equal to the ratio of resistance of the resistor that is in another branch, not in that branch but in another branch, divided by the value, sum of value of the resistances. Sum of value of resistances means R1 plus R2, okay? And what is the, now we have to find I1, okay? So what is the resistance present in the branch which is next to it? That is R2. So R2 divided by sum of value of resistances multiplied by the total current. Total current is IT, okay? We can also write like this. This is the current IT which is flowing. Now we have two resistors which are in parallel, R1 and R2. This is I1 and this is I2. So I1 is equal to IT into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Similarly, I2 will be equal to IT into the resistance which is present in the another branch, R1, divided by the sum of the value of the resistances, R1 plus R2. So if we have a combination, like we have parallel resistors, n number of resistors we have to consider, okay, like this, R3, R4. Now I have to find I1. So in that case, we have to find the RT, that is parallel combination. We have to find the R equivalent of these three parallel resistor, that we can consider it as 1 by RT is equal to 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 plus 1 by R4. From this we have to find RT. Then we can write it as IT into RT divided by RT plus R1. Okay, so this will be the current through the first resistor, because we have to find the resistance in other branches. So resistance in this branches, it will be nothing but the parallel combination. So I have found out RT. Okay, that is by using the formula for the resistors in parallel. So this will be your RT now. Okay, so that can be replaced by RT. That means your equivalent, this one, this is your R1, this is your RT. So the current flowing here will be I, and this is I1 and this is IT. So I1 is equal to IT into RT divided by R1 plus RT. Okay, so this is how we can find the currents in the branches using the current divider rule. So now let us consider an example here. We will consider a current source which is providing a constant current of 10 amperes, and 40 ohm and 60 ohm are the resistors that are connected in parallel. So this is 10 ampere. Here we have 40 ohms and here we have 60 ohms. Okay, now find the current I1 and I2 here in this case. So you know I1 is equal to total current. Total current is nothing but 10 into the resistance in another branch, that is 60, divided by sum of the values of the resistances. So 40 plus 60. So this is equal to 10 into 60 divided by 100, that is equal to 6 amperes. So I1 is equal to 6 amperes. What about I2? I2 is nothing but the total current 10. What is the resistance in another branch? That is 40 divided by sum, that is equal to 100, 4 amperes. So you can see that I1 plus I2, that is equal to 10 ampere, which is equal to the current of the source. Okay, this is how we are using the current divider rule to find the currents in the branches.